Sorry for being a little tardy. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, we're doing good. I know we got a big World Cup game going on right now, so hopefully, we're not missing too many people. Belgium and Canada playing right now. And I just spilled some water. 1 second, please. There we go. Hey, Bill. Excellent, Dave. Thanks for coming on. Dr. Bob's here. Mr. Cole. Yeah, I'm on West Coast time. Man, I've been, if you didn't know, I've been away for like 2 weeks. I'm in down in Southern California area helping family. My brother-in-law bought a house, and as you know, I do a lot of woodworking and whatnot. I'm a handy guy around the house somewhat, and yeah, he needed some help. I think my cup is leaking. It is leaking. Jesus. There. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna put my cup away in the bathroom because it's leaking water. Okay, I didn't want to have a pool of water all over my desk while I was doing a live stream. So there we go. Fun times. But anyway, so yeah, I've been doing playing contractor, being pretending to be a carpenter for the past 2 weeks. Although I've been in mornings and evenings, I've been actively helping you guys out. Hopefully, you didn't even notice I was gone. Hopefully, maybe you saw a few less updates and whatnot the past couple weeks because haven't have didn't have the time to do that. But we'll get ramping up here pretty soon. Okay. Also, another side note, my cool World Cup website is pretty fun. And since the World Cup's going on, thought I would here. Let me share it if you haven't seen it before. Let's we're gonna go over some stuff there today. But while we're on here, if you are a World Cup fan, check out worldcupbrackets.info. There is a post on the community about it. I know not everyone's into football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I maintain this website. I built it, and yeah, it's fun. So there we go. I've been trying to keep it up to date because I was out of the office till I just got back last night, literally. So yeah, this morning I updated it all. Even the Spain game just finished a few minutes ago, about a half hour ago or so, and already updated that one. So they walloped Costa Rica 7-0. Okay, but we're here to talk about website design. But even though that is a really cool website, I'm really stoked with that website. It was a nice one. I wanted to go through, since there was a few interesting questions that I hadn't really taken the time to answer yet on the community. Okay, and I thought it would be fun to kind of just, hopefully some of the people are here now. I see Dr. Bob's here, and a couple others. I see Martin is here as well. I know I'm answering at least your questions. And Scott, yes, I see all my injuries. Oh, well, I fell off a ladder, and I won't show you that injury, but I have never had the backs of my legs so purple in my life. Wow. Cause yeah, I fell off. I was stupid me. You should never go on the top rung of a ladder, right? The top step. And I just needed that one extra boost to get up on the roof. And I was poof. I stepped there. Ladder went tumbled below me, and I came falling down about 8 feet onto the ground. And ouch. That hurt. Luckily, nothing was broken. Thank God for that. So anyway. Okay. Let's oh no. What happened to my screen? The heck, my My machine just like locked on me. Hopefully I'm still live. Okay. I think we're still good. Can you let me know in chat? But like for some reason my Mac just locked. And yeah, hopefully we're good. It looks like everything's still going. Okay, I see the timer still going. Man, that was weird. Okay. Let's go. This. Hey, what happened here? Cool. Oh, that was weird. First, I'm going to go through some easy, super quick ones at first, and then we're going to go into the slightly more complex ones as we go on. And I don't know if those will be quick or fast, but we'll play around. Okay. First off, this web assistant. Not sure if you're here, but I think your problem is, and I'm not 100% sure on what your question is, but I want to talk about something because so Ventura happened earlier this month, right? I believe it was this month. Okay. Now, unfortunately, my Mac will not run Ventura. Okay. This is a project file that here. Let's just start a new project file really quick. We'll be looking at that one later on. If you're using Foundation 6 and you've upgraded to Ventura and you have a certain Mac, I don't know, it happens to some people, it doesn't happen to other people. I don't know. Okay, but Ventura has some sort of GPU. I don't know if it's a bug. I want to call it a bug because it behaves differently in Ventura, and I don't think it's correct. But there are, and I can't show you the behavior on this Mac because I'm not running Ventura. So, but if you're running Ventura and you might see like various stacks labels like disappear. Okay. And if you're having issues like that where the edit mode UI is just kind of funky, things aren't displaying properly, I added a new setting inside Site Styles called turbo scrolling, and you can turn that off. Okay. You see it's right here. Let's go ahead and, okay, turbo scrolling. Okay. So you can turn that on and off. And this, if you turn it off, it should fix it for you. Okay. Now, the reason you might be wondering, well, why don't you just remove that period? Well, turbo scrolling is quite cool. If you have a large page, it does make scrolling a little bit nicer and a little bit faster, but there is that side effect in Ventura. And yeah, it has to do with GPU rendering. Again, I don't know if it's an OS bug. I'm hoping that Apple fixes it in the future. So for now, if you have that issue on Ventura, go ahead and turn off this turbo scrolling checkbox. Okay. Oh, you cannot see my screen. Jesus, what a rookie. You think I haven't been doing live streams for years? Jesus Christ. Okay. Rewind. Here's a project file. Inside Site Styles, there's this checkbox called turbo scrolling. You could turn that off. If you have that turned off, okay. Yeah, hopefully that should fix some edit mode issues. If you're seeing, again, it's like this Site Styles, if you have, the little stack labels that you see here, they just like become transparent basically. And a few other oddities can happen as well. And again, all this has to do with GPU rendering. Robert says he has Ventura Beta 3 and not having the problem on his Mac Mini. Okay. Again, yeah, so it happens with some people. And it doesn't happen with others. And I see some people saying, boom, it solves it. So anyway, yeah, this turbo scrolling checkbox, go ahead and turn that off. It's some CSS stuff. If you want to get in the nitty gritty, okay, what this does is when this is turned on, as many of you probably know, okay, GPUs are known to process things faster than CPUs. Okay. And therefore, what's going on is there's certain things that you could do with CSS that basically force rendering to happen on the GPU versus the CPU. Okay. That makes scrolling smoothly if we can all render everything with the GPU faster. Again, there's some sort of issue with GPU rendering in Ventura. I think it's a bug. Maybe they're just doing things differently. I don't know. But anyway, these GPU hacks that I've had in Foundation for years to improve scrolling performance don't seem to be working too great any longer, and they cause those UI glitches. So that checkbox disables that GPU performance in CSS and gives you normal scrolling, which I do have to say, Apple improved scroll performance in Ventura. So the same project file, if you had turbo scrolling turned off in or what am I in Monterey or whatever, Big Sur, I don't know, what are we at? I don't even know. Mac OS 12 or 13. I've kind of lost track. I must be getting old. What the hell? Monterey. There we go. I'm in Monterey. So yeah, the same project you had on Monterey should scroll nicer and have nicer scrolling performance in Ventura. So possibly this GPU scrolling that I enabled is just conflicting with Apple's new Ventura scrolling stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I won't keep talking about it any longer, but that checkbox, if you're having UI glitches, should fix that for you. Cool. Okay. There we go. That probably means earlier on you didn't see the World Cup website, but whatever. Okay. Let's go back. So turbo scrolling, turn that one off. All right, cool. That one's done. Okay. Mr. Top Hat had a very long post on questions about Total CMS. He's migrating, I guess, a customer from WordPress. I won't go into all these paragraphs. I thought I wanted to mention this today because he put in a lot of effort into this post. And if he is here, I just wanted to give him a little bit of service to talk about Total CMS a little bit. So he's just curious about how Total CMS, if it will work for what he wants, right? So his first question is, can I create an overall page layout with stacks where the client can't actually edit the actual layouts or page content and stuff like that? And the answer is 100% yes. One thing that's great about Total CMS, okay, is that it really is about managing the content. So Total CMS manages the content. You as the designer manage the layout. Okay. There's some things that you might be able to configure layout with Total CMS. Okay. We won't dive into that. There are some things that you could potentially do. Okay. You can toggle with classes and all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay. But yes, the primary basis is that you design the site, you give your user access to what you want him to be able to access to change, right? So if you want him to be able to edit a paragraph of text, you can do that. If you want to be able to change an image, you can do that, right? So you have, again, full control over the look and feel of the website, and you also have control over what your client can edit, okay? Can you just make sections of the page editable? That's the second question. And the answer to that is yes. I think I kind of already went over that. Can a user add a new page with a stylized layout and have it added to the menu? Yes. Okay. It's a little bit out of the box thinking here. Okay. And, so with Total CMS, we have something called a blog, right? And I know many of you here already know that a blog can be used for many, many things other than a blog. Okay. So you can create a new blog post, which is just a web page. That web page can have a URL. Okay. So in theory, your client can add new web pages via a blog, and then you as the designer get to stylize that particular blog page. Okay, I'm going to call it a blog, but it could be anything. It could be a product page. It could be all kinds of stuff. Okay. Now, you ask, can that new page then be added to a menu? The answer is yes, with one caveat. As of right now, that is only supported inside Foundation 6. So if you're using Foundation 6 menus, there is a total CMS integration where you can add all kinds of really cool menus that dynamically will add blog posts or categories or tags or genres or authors, all kinds of crazy stuff inside total CMS menus. Okay. I don't want to dive in and do a demo of that for you right now because I'd probably take an hour to go through that because there's so much you could do, right? And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. So yes, we can add menus dynamically through Total CMS blog. Okay. Next, he asks, with a blog, how can I make a style? I don't speak very well today. With a blog, can I make it stylized how I want the title categories to show up? For instance, show an image, titles, a few lines. Yes. The answer to that is yes. So you can have a category and you can actually show them as an image. Added support for that as well inside a blog list and all that jazz. So you can take a category and display it as an image. Yes, you can do that. If user uploads an image, for instance, from their phone that's a whopping 4 megabytes, will it be optimized when I publish? Yes. So you can upload images from your phone and Total CMS will dynamically resize that image for you, and it will create 3 versions. It will create the full resolution version will be scaled down to what you as the designer defined. Then it will create a thumbnail, which is a scaled down version of the full res image. You as the designer also defined the size of that thumbnail. And then it will create a square cropped version of that image. And again, you as the designer define the size of that square cropped thumbnail as well. So you have full control over all of that. Okay. Which is really cool. His last question here is trial and license. So he's wondering about licenses. So basically, Total CMS it's licensed per domain. Okay. And it's also, when you license it for a domain, it is also licensed for a subdomain. This is super useful for development purposes. So if you're designing a site to replace an existing one, you can create a subdomain for, like, let's say newsite.myclient.com, and that subdomain is licensed because it will be assigned to that domain and that subdomain henceforth. And then when you're ready, you can then just move that site to the main domain to replace your existing WordPress website. Okay. You should, let's see. Someone says, we not use something like Squoosh then? So Fernando, you can use Squoosh. If you want to optimize your images before you upload them to Total CMS, you definitely can. Okay. Squoosh is a great app. So that will pre-optimize things for you. Okay. And if your image is within the constraints of the size, Total CMS doesn't even modify it. Okay. So you're going to get the benefits of Squoosh. So yes, you can still use Squoosh or other apps like that. Okay. So hopefully, Ben, I see your name's Ben. I saw at the bottom, you said many things, Ben. So Ben Top Hat, I hope that if you're on here, that answers your questions. I see that, Scott and Davide answered a bunch of stuff for you too. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Hope that answers you, Ben. And on to the next question. Okay. We're starting to get into some more techie stuff here. Okay. Sliders in a lightbox. Okay, Martin, I know you're here. I believe you are. Yes, you are. Okay. First off, I have to say, I don't recommend sliders inside of a lightbox. I never have. It is just a pain. Okay. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And getting them to work is a real big pain in the ass. Like, it really is a pain in the ass. Okay. Just being completely upfront. Now, why is it a pain in the ass? I like to explain things fully. Now, I know in your post you had mentioned that in your old non-responsive website, okay, you didn't have problems having a slideshow inside of a lightbox. And the reason for that is Uh, oops. The reason for that is that in a non-responsive website, everything was sized by the pixel. Okay. And what I mean by is everything was statically sized. Okay. Now just remember that. Okay. We'll come back to that. In a responsive website, we need our content to react to the width of a web page, right? So we resize our web page, and that we need the contents of the lightbox and everything else on the page to react to that and change its size and do all that jazz. Now, let's talk about how sliders work. Okay. So a slider is a container that basically says, okay, I have an image, a slide, okay? And I have one viewport that I need to then rotate through. Either through sliding or through fading, whatever, right? But it has this viewport, okay, that it needs to fit its contents of the lightbox inside of. Now, let's talk about a lightbox now, okay? A lightbox is not visible on page load. Hence, its size is 0 pixels wide by 0 pixels high. Okay. Therefore, if you were to put a light box or a slider inside of your light box, and so sliders are built using JavaScript, right? Now, when JavaScript looks at the web page, it says, what's my fillable space? How can I fill in the content for that? And then it's going to find that fillable space, and then it's going to basically rotate through all of the images or your content, right? Now, if that slider is inside of a lightbox, it's going to say, hey, I'm in a space that's 0 pixels by 0 pixels high. Well, you know what? I'm going to create something that's 0 pixels by 0 pixels. Okay. Now, what is a fix to this? Okay. Basically, what you need to do, okay, is you can assign a minimum height setting, okay, to a lightbox. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So what you would do is, Martin, I know you're using Foundation 6, so you'd have a lightbox on the page. Okay. And here, let's just do a moving box instance. Let's just rebuild this. I think I have time to go through this and still hit my other 2 questions. Hopefully we don't go down this rabbit hole too far. Okay. Let's build a moving box really quick. All right. And after that, I'm going to need, let's see, a button, because we need to launch this lightbox. We need a button. You guys are seeing my computer, right? Yeah, you are. We need to open a lightbox. Okay, and the lightbox IDs are going to match by default. Cool. Okay, and let's build out this moving box here. I'm just going to go ahead and add, I'm going to loop through some pictures. First off, let's make sure this moving box works. So let's just go ahead and do that. We're going to add in this image. Okay, and we're going to add in one more image. Okay, we'll add one more just for fun. Let's add in Weaver Radio. Who remembers Weaver Radio? Maybe we should reboot that. Let me know in the chat if you'd like to reboot Weaver Radio. If you guys missed that. Okay, let's just make sure that this works. All right, I have a slider with my images. Okay, super big, but that's okay. We're just going for functionality here. Okay, and if I click on this button, there's my light box that has nothing in it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and now let's take this moving box And we're going to let's collapse it so we don't take up so much space in edit mode. We're going to chuck that inside the lightbox. Now let's see what's going on here. And if you see, okay, well, it changed after the initial slide, right? But yeah, it on initial load it was 0, right? So what can we do about that? I think actually it's possible in moving box I added. I think I did adapt. I don't think adapt height will actually fix that. Actually, forget about that. Let's see. Nope. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna have to do is, I'm gonna need to apply a minimum height to this light box. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to general. Oops. We're gonna add in here just for fun. I'm gonna turn off some of this stuff here. All right. We're gonna go to pro mode. We're also gonna do streamlined edit mode because I like it. Okay. We're gonna go to general. We're gonna add a height swatch. We're gonna go slider box. Okay, I'm gonna give it a class of slider box, and we're gonna give it a minimum height of well, let's just do 250 pixels for right now. 256. Why not? Let's just do something like that. It's probably not gonna be big enough, but let's go ahead and do custom classes. Get that in there. So now I have slider box in my light box. It has the minimum height of 256 pixels. And oh, that didn't do what I thought. Interesting. Let's do a minimum of 500 pixels. Let's try that. Yeah. Interesting. That normally worked. That normally worked in past light boxes. Uh-oh. I might have some egg on my face right now. What's going on here? Let's do this again. Let's open up the inspector. Okay. Good thing I tested this because my thing to tell you to do was wrong, wasn't it? Look at that. Oh, it still has a width of 0 pixels. Here, let's try adding a we did a height, but let's do a minimum width as well. Just use the same class. Let's just do minimum width. We'll do the same thing, 500 pixels or something like that. Interesting. I wonder if we target the slick track. Interesting. All right, we're gonna do width. I'm gonna do slick dash track as the class. Minimum 500 pixels. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Then we're going to do slick slide. Okay. And we're getting there. So we're going to do comma dot slick dash slide. Aha. Still not perfect though, but all right. Let's switch this out a little bit actually. Hold on a second. I'm going to do width, full width, force. Actually, yeah, we're going to do actually probably don't even need the minimum. Boom. Okay, we have a width, but now we need to tweak the height. Okay? All right. So I got the oh wait, that width was a little funky. See that? Hold on 1 second. I think in a lightbox, sliding is a problem. I think if we changed it to fade, I think it would be a little bit nicer. Oh, look at that. Let's ditch that really quick. Oh, wow. Look at that. Crazy. See, fun time, guys. Troubleshooting this stuff. Curious if we were to try I want to try the slider that comes with instead of moving box. Just for fun. I want to try this. Let's see if this behaves any differently. Oops, that didn't work. Yeah, see. I have to be honest, Martin. Most of the time when people email, hey, I have a slider that's not working in a lightbox, my default answer is always don't do that. um, unless a lightbox is built with the sole purpose of supporting that. Like these lightboxes are, look, the lightbox built into Foundation 6 and some others, they're primarily built as a generic lightbox, right? And it has no integration directly with any sort of slider or things of that nature, which makes it really difficult. And traditionally over the years, I tell people, yeah, don't do that. You know, and I think I'm going to have to tell you that right now. I know you use Limelight. I think I saw in your post you used Limelight because Limelight specifically added that as a feature into it. I think it was Limelight. I could probably play around for another hour or so and maybe get something hacked together. I might do that if I'm feeling bored this afternoon. Okay. But yeah, that is a problem. Yep, Limelight. So it has been sliders inside light boxes are just, I mean, sliders inside anything. Like it's not just a light box actually. It could be a tabbed interface. Like if I have a tab, and I have a slider inside the second or third tab, we have the same exact problem. Okay, because you have sliders are these dynamically created things that use up the space, and if that space is 0 pixels on page load, then it gets really, really confused. Okay, so again, that tabbed container or that lightbox has to be built specifically for supporting the specific slider so that they have very tight integration. And so there we go. Hey, Martin, sorry about that. I thought it'd be fun to kind of play around with that again. See what I thought it would. I thought the min height and the min width setting would do it quickly, but unfortunately not. Okay. Strike one for me, guys. Strike one for me. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, next up is Kyle. My buddy Kyle from Lodi. Okay, he's got a project file. Okay, I've opened it. I haven't really played around with it much. Okay, so he has this form that has a select box, and let's see, he has a text input that is diameter, the number of teeth, okay, and then this one, which is material. And then he has this formula, which is material times 3.82 divided by the diameter. And he outputs it to total RPM. Okay. Let's preview this. Infinity. Okay. So what's he doing? He's doing, let's see. Oh, diameter isn't set. I don't know, 5. Okay. So first off, Kyle, you should have some sort of default here. Okay. Number of teeth. I don't even think that was used in your calculation. All right. If I remember correctly, you wanted to take this number and populate a form field, I think. Here, let's reread Kyle's question here. Is it possible to auto-populate text inputs based on a select option on a select box? Okay. If so, explain how. I think what he wants is if he chooses material, Kyle. Okay. So you wanted to, Kyle, I see you're in the chat. Okay. Help me out here. So you have this, you select this, and maybe you said this in your text really quick. Let's see your checkbox. Okay. I thought from your question you wanted to take this output, okay, from this calculation and input it into a number. Okay, let's do that right now just for fun, just to kind of show people that. Okay, you have RPM output, right? So here, let's make this RPM output. Okay, RPM output. output. Okay. It's a number. And we're going to make it read only so that people can't actually change it. Okay. So I want to take this calculation and put it here. Okay. So in this calculation, we can go ahead and go to the form. And actually this cutting diameter, I'm going to make it, the default value is 5, okay, just for fun, so that there's a value there. So here we have, I'll do this again. Inside this pie, I want to update a form field, and the name of the form field was RPM output. Okay. So now when I select the material, you'll see that my RPM output is right here. Okay. That's what I thought you wanted. I have a feeling that's not exactly what you're going for, though. I'm guessing, okay, I need to assign multiple values to the part material. So you want to do it so that when you click mild steels, it basically populates this with the number of teeth that mild steels has. Okay. I think that's what you're talking about now. Okay. Yeah, I originally thought this field thing is what you wanted. That's why I had posted my answer on the community. Okay. But I also wanted to show everyone that as well. So you can take the output of a pie and then, put that into a field. And what's cool is you can then do other pie calculations on that field, right? Which is interesting. Okay. So Kyle, what you want is possible. But it's going to take some JavaScript. Okay. Let's look at the pie. I did a file. I know I did one for Gary a long time ago where we did like this lookup table thing. 1 second. RW pie. I hope I added it to this file. I don't know if I did or not. Let's look. No. Okay. I don't think I have an example of that. This is getting into straight up JavaScript development, Kyle. Okay, because we're gonna have to create a function, basically like a little lookup, of, let's say, number of teeth to material. Okay, so I'm going to develop this inside VS Code really quick. I'm going to open up VS Code because the code editor inside RapidWeaver and Stacks is, it's not great. So we'll develop it here and then copy paste. Just close that window. Let's do new file. Let me put my brain in JavaScript development mode. All the different programming languages here. Let's just do new file. We're gonna do, it's a JavaScript file. Okay, so I can do function material to teeth. We'll just call it material teeth. Okay. All right. We're gonna do, and then we're gonna pass material. Okay, and then I'm gonna do const teeth map equals, okay, and then we're gonna do you had like all numbers, right? Now let's just do, I'm gonna do a couple here. I'm not gonna do all of them. So just if, oh, you have 3,000. Oh, some of them have multiple different things. Well, that's a tricky one. All right, so let's do 3,000 1,600 and 1,000. How about that? All right, so we have 3,000, and let's say the number of teeth is 10. I have no clue if that's what that is. Okay. Oh, I think these need to be that needs to be a string. No. Oh, I see. Different. I was doing different programming languages, man. PHP versus, let's see, that was 3,000. Okay, 3. Let's do, it was 1,600. Maps to 4. Okay. I know these values are wrong, but 1,000. Okay, that's good. All right. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to say return teeth map material. All right. So basically what we're doing is I'm creating this little map, okay, where it maps the your material value to the number of teeth. Okay. I know these are probably way the hell wrong. So let's just, all right. So I have this cool little JavaScript function. Okay. Hey, I do have to say, just, I don't normally do this for people. Like if you email me, say, hey, do this custom pie function. I'm pretty apparent on the product page as well. I don't necessarily, I mean, this is straight up custom development work, right? So, but I love doing stuff like this. It is fun. So post on the community, or I like helping out on live streams sometimes like this as well. Okay. So we got this custom function material teeth, and it just maps out. So if I pass it 3,000, and we can even make this fancier so that we can check if it exists in all kinds of edge case scenarios, but we're not going to do that now. We're just going to keep it simple. Okay. So if we pass in 3,000, which is aluminum, we get 30. If we pass in cast aluminum, okay, or I said plastics, then we get 40, so on and so forth. Okay. Just as an example, let's go ahead and copy that. I'm going to go over into here. Oh, let's create a new pie actually, because we want to populate number of teeth. Okay. So let's do, just call it teeth. Or we'll call it teeth lookup. How about that? Teeth lookup. Okay. And we want to populate, teeth. Okay. Good thing I didn't call it teeth. We want to populate teeth. Okay. I don't want prefix there. I need custom JavaScript functions. Okay. And we're going to plop in the code that I just wrote. Oops, how come that didn't go? There it goes. All right. And now in here, we're going to do, we're going to call that, I created a function called material teeth. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to call that function and pass it the material. Okay. And then we're going to update the form teeth. So what this should do is if I choose teeth 3,000, 1,600, or 1,000, it should populate the number of teeth with the number of teeth. Okay. Let's see if I did this right in the first go. All right. So right now I'm going to go ahead and select aluminum, and boom, number of teeth is 30. Okay. And if I choose, I think plastics, boom, number of teeth is 40. Okay. And then if I populate the other one, I don't remember what the one, mild steels maybe? No. What was the other one? Fiberglass. Fiberglass. Boom. Number of teeth, 50. Okay. Now I can use this number inside my other stuff. So let's say I wanted to have the number of teeth inside of my my RPM thing, right? So we could do like, plus teeth, right? All right. So we select my material, which is aluminum. And then if we do like 1, there we go. I think that's right. If I change number, I can't change that. What's going on? Oh, because I can't change it because it's tied to this. So I can't manually change teeth because it's always tied to the material parts. Could the material label replace the first number, aluminum instead of 3000? Yes. So hold on, I kind of forget. Let's see. I do in Pi allow you to do. Let me look at the Pi demo. Let's find my select box example. I know I have one where you can get like the label and stuff. Hold on a second. I could just drop into the code and look, but I know I have an example somewhere in here. Well, let's just preview this page. It's not there. Not that one. Maybe it's this one, demo 10. Let's look at demo 10. 8, 9, 10. Hey, hold on. Let me just dip into my code really quick. Remind myself. Open recent stacks. Let's pop it over here so I don't break your brains with all my fancy code. Find Pi source. Someone knows off the top of your head, someone that uses Pi all the time. I thought I added the ability to get the label as well. I'm sure I did that. Pi field value, adder, text. Maybe I didn't. Okay, well, one solution, okay, Kyle, is instead of, you could have two of these functions. Where's my function? So you could have material teeth and material, where's your project? What is this? Material, I don't count. I don't know what that number is, right? So you'd have two functions. You'd have material teeth. So you would have here, you would have aluminum. Okay. I'm going to do Joe, and we're going to do Kyle. Okay. And then, so that gives us the number of teeth. And then we have a material count. Okay. And then then we'd have a count map or whatever, right? I don't know what that number that you have there is, but there we go. So we're going to have two functions where we create the number of teeth and the whatever that other number that you have is. Okay. And both of them we're going to pass aluminum to it. So basically what this select box then is, instead of having the number here, you would have, aluminum. And then here you would have Joe. And then for cast aluminum, you would have Kyle. Okay. You would have cast aluminum, but those are the examples I used. Okay. And then down here, you would have a pie here. This one's material teeth. Oh, I need to. I need to put both of our new functions in there. Okay. So then this one would do. Now here's a little tricky because now we're now processing this as text, not as a number. We need to put in double quotes in there. Okay. So if we preview that. And then we also need to say we need to process formula as text. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that helps out. So now we're processing that. Now you're gonna have to modify this a little bit so that we're probably gonna have to duplicate this one so that we then also process the material count, not just the teeth. And then you're storing that in another hidden field, or you can just store it inside Pi if you want, right? So for example, that was what material count, right? I did, yeah, material count. We don't need custom JavaScript because I imported. Once you import a function, you can use them in all your Pi functions. Okay, so here we're going to do material count, and this is count lookup, and then here I'm going to use count lookup here instead of material, and I think that will do it. I don't think we need plus teeth in there. But now it goes like that. Oh, I broke something. What was the error? Can't find variable teeth map. Oh, my JavaScript has a bug. 1 second. I changed that to be count map. All right. I don't want to save that. Why'd I click Command S? Just have it. Put that back in here. All right. Preview. All right. So now we select our material, and we got our material count is being used. The number of teeth is being populated. Yeah. And if you notice here, I created this lookup, this count lookup, and it's not actually used in a form. Okay. It's not a form field, but I can still use count lookup inside of other pies. Okay. It's pretty cool. Super powerful. Hopefully this helped out, Kyle. Yeah. Hopefully it didn't break your brain. I'll pop this JavaScript into your maybe I'll even save this project file and I'll re-upload it so that you can see this. Okay. Hopefully this gets you on the right path. I'll save this project file and I'll pop it into the forum post. Okay. Or actually, let's just do that hunker now. I'll do it later. I don't want people to compress. Do. There we go. We will, there you go, Kyle. Okay. Now everyone else can access that file too. It's right there on this, on Kyle's post from earlier today or yesterday. Hey, our last one of the day. Hey, Dr. Bob, you got a big one here. Fernando, I know you got a problem with Facebook comments. I'm pretty sure it's a browser thing. If you want to put a URL that I can look at, I'm happy to look at it. Okay. I know you have so many different posts about this. Just a recommendation in the future, maybe just keep everything in one post so that it's not information is going all over the place. If you want to put a URL we can look at and chat after I finish this one, why not? Okay. Hey, Dr. Bob, you want to use feeds as like Excel, okay? And I'm not sure if that's going to be possible, okay? From what I understand, hopefully you can respond, Dr. Bob. You want to have a spreadsheet where you have values in a column, okay? And at the bottom, you want to total those things up. You want to create a total of everything in a column. Okay. Now I'm willing to play with something here that I haven't played around with Twig before. Okay. But I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. But I will give it a shot. Okay. Let's close this down. Close that down. No, don't save. Okay. Let's reset this project file. All right, let's just get back to where we were. All right. I'm going to use a block grid with feeds because I think that's just a easy way to see feeds. Okay. I'm going to add feeds in here. And then we're just going to do block grid. Okay. We're going to add feeds. And I'm going to loop through the block grid cell. In this feed, I'm just going to do a CSV feed. And let's just start with something super simple. Okay. It's really important when you're trying to do something complex. I don't need this site styles because we're not going to style anything. When you're trying to do something complex here, let's just keep it simple. Let's just call this name and number. Okay. So in my CSV, I'm going to type in just some CSV here. Okay. So we're going to do Joe 1. Okay. Or yeah, 1. And we're going to do Bob 2. And we're going to do Fernando, okay, 3. Okay, we're going to do Chris, 100. Okay, we're going to do Scott, 1,000. All right, just for fun. Okay, there we go. So I have a few things, super simple CSV data here. Okay, and so let's go ahead and under here we're just going to add in a header. Green. Where's my green? No. Text. Header. All right. And we're going to do, what was that? Name. Okay. And that's fine. And underneath, we'll just do a 5 with number. All right. Block grid, just keep it at 4 columns. Preview. There we go. All right, or let's chuck in a container so that it at least looks a little easier to read. Okay, and let's do 3 column. Right there. So now I got Joe, Bob, Fernando, Chris, and Scott. Okay, and we need a total. now that I've built this out and I'm thinking about it, this is not going to work. Okay. It might work. I have some features planned, Bob, in the future that would allow us to do some more advanced twig stuff. So like I could reference, let's say from Bob, I could reference stuff outside of Bob. Okay. Right now in feeds, it's looping through and it's very scoped on just what that is. It doesn't really know about anything else in that table, okay, or in that CSV data. So yeah, sorry it took me a minute to realize that, but yeah, after I built this out and I thought through it, what you want is not possible right now. Hopefully in the future though. I do have again some features planned for feeds. Don't know when I will get to them, but right now that just won't be a possibility. My only solution for you would be to build what you want inside of a spreadsheet app, numbers or whatever, and then export that data to a CSV, and then you can process it with feeds. That's probably the best way to go. Okay. Sorry, I thought I was actually going to spend quite a bit of time on this. I thought we were going to dive into Twig a little bit. I'm a little bummed on that actually, because now I realize that what you want isn't possible. I'll give you a little hint on what I was planning on trying out since I didn't really get there. Oh, I want docs. For designers, I think. Something I wanted to play around with that isn't necessarily possible right now, okay, is here. So in Twig you can set variables, right? So my thoughts were we would set a variable and then basically we would increment that variable in each loop, okay? But that just isn't possible right now. It should be possible after I do an update. But yeah, so right now in the future, hopefully we'll be able to do this where we can like set a variable and then you can like increment that or modify it as you loop through data. Okay. This is definitely getting into programming world, obviously. I mean, this little set thing is creating a variable inside Twig that you're then modifying and accessing. Okay. But yeah, can't do that yet. Sorry. All right, Fernando, you're up, dude. Let's see. Did you post a URL? I know we got one here. Let's search for your. Hopefully you posted a URL. Tribe's working on better performance, guys. So if you notice, there was an update this weekend. They added some new UI. There was a couple glitches that have already been fixed. Some of you already posted about that, but yeah, they were already fixed. I know. What? Did I spell your name wrong, Fernando? Fernando. Thinking about it. All right, let's just scroll down. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, he's posting them now. Okay. Kyle, I just attached a file into a comment while we were on the live stream, so hopefully that should work. Here we go. Okay, I found a post. This looks like something with OG image. blah, blah, blah. I think, oh, you solved that issue. Here, Facebook comments. All right, here we go. So we go here. Oops. I clicked on it. All right. So down here, I don't see. Okay, well, I have a blocker. Let me pause blocking for 60 minutes. Okay. Let me refresh the page. There, I see Facebook comments. All right. Again, I had a blocker, and like I said in your post, I think the issue is most likely some sort of browser extension. Now you said this wasn't happening, it wasn't coming in inside Firefox. So let's take this blog. And you said this is that's the new blog. Okay. Let's open up Firefox. And we'll take this URL. We'll plop it over there. I'm going to, and there they are. It's working in Firefox. And let's go to Chrome. Paste it in Chrome. And I see Facebook comments there as well. So if you're not seeing them in Chrome or Firefox, as you see, I turned off my blockers. And yeah, there you go. It's visible. So either it's something on your end that's blocking it. Yep. There's not much I can help you out with there. I can't get control over extensions or things that your router or your ISP or whatever are doing. The Facebook comments are definitely showing up everywhere. Cool. It doesn't really matter what the Chrome console says. I mean, it works. It's working for me. I'm not seeing any errors about what you're saying. It's working on my end. But it happens to every user in Spain. Yeah. I'm sorry, Fernando. Not sure what's going on. Something is blocking it. I do not know what. Unfortunately, it makes it very difficult for me to help fix things if I can't replicate it. Hopefully you can understand that. I know that's frustrating, and I wish I had a better answer for you. Hey, sorry, Fernando. Hey guys, I did see one user post in a question while we were on the live stream. Menu bar with submenu in vertical middle of a site. Is it possible to place a menu bar with a submenu in the middle of a site? Jan, if you're on here, not 100% sure. Do you have an example of a demo of what you're looking at? I mean, do you just want it in the middle? It seems a little odd. A little bit more clarification on that, Jan, if you're on this call, or on this live stream. Okay. Man, I had 2 strikes on me today. I couldn't help you, 2 of you guys. Sorry about that. But, well, actually, no, 3 strikes. I couldn't even help Fernando. I'm out. 3 strikes. I'm out. Got to call it a day. Got to go drink. No, just playing. Hey, guys. The one with pie was interesting. I think that was a cool one. Hopefully you guys got a little bit out of that one. And yeah, we'll be back at it. Black Friday sales, bunch of Black Friday stuff. I'm going to be shipping out an email. I'll try to consolidate all the ones that I'm aware of. I'll send out an email of the Black Friday deals that I'm aware of. And yes, I will be having a Black Friday deal. I've been out of the office as I said earlier. Just got home last night, so I need to set all that up and get that all set up. So check your inboxes and wait for that. I'm going to try to get all that done tomorrow. So because tomorrow is going to be Friday somewhere in the world, right? So yep. Hopefully you guys are start perusing Weaver Space, figuring out what you want to get, and you'll save a little bit of dough this weekend. Okay, guys? So thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful... this is a holiday weekend here in the U.S. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So, yeah, I'm going to be watching Brazil, though. Brazil versus Serbia, 11 a.m. Well, 11 a.m. my time. So, can't wait for that. I got my Brazil jersey all ready to rock and roll. We're going to be cheering them on. So, cool, guys. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Oh, hey, this Friday. So, USA plays England this Friday. And it's going on during our normal Friday hangouts. So I think we're going to have I'm going to totally be watching the England USA game during the hangout. So if you want to come in, we can talk website, we can talk Rap Weaver and Stacks, and we can watch the World Cup, and we can rag on each other when USA kicks England's butts. Okay. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you then on Friday. Take care, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.